Hello everyone, Thomas here. I'm gonna make this kind of quick because I'm about to catch a flight to Japan, but things have been busy in the BMS household, obviously with the web store and everything, and this is a little bit of a quick update in that vein. We have two new product releases, the JS-3 Type R and the JS-3 THIC. So this is basically a summary video of what they're all about, what changes we've made and why, so you have an idea of, I guess, the direction that we're heading in. Starting with the JS-3 Type R, this is our new flagship model, so to speak, the apex race machine, leading on from the JS-3, the original. What we found last year with the JS-3 was pretty much on every course. We always had excess battery, and with that, we were also running at the same pace or a higher pace than equivalent competitors. So we've decided to trade away some of our efficiency for a higher stiffness machine. That improves the flight feel, and we've also reduced the weight by a gram. This is also in combination with the fact that a lot of the current racing has become a lot smaller tracks, a lot tighter, lower race distance, so we're really leaning into something that's acceleration heavy, really good at fast direction changes, and not necessarily moving away from efficiency, but just trading away some of that super thin, on the edge kind of characteristics to something that's a little bit easier to handle, especially on those tight courses that are really acceleration heavy and turning heavy. Along with that, we've also introduced countersunk bolts and a few other small changes here and there throughout the frame, and these were based on recommendations from our team pilots. So thank you very much to everyone that contributed to that testing and feedback. It was really awesome to work with all the team pilots and come up with something that I think was substantially better than we probably would have produced on our own, at least as a platform that really works for a wide range of people and can be considered an apex machine across a number of different flying styles. Pivoting away from the absolute very peak apex on the edge kind of machine, we have the JS-3 THIC. This was born out of a practice machine that I made for myself. That was basically intended to be in line with the handling feel of a Type R, but at a substantially lower cost, and something that we could cut at home with the carbon fiber that we have available to us. The production carbon fiber is very high quality, but also comes at a higher cost, a lot higher manufacturing volume. I wanted something that we could do at home, essentially a lot simpler, lower cost, but still have the same feeling, just without the efficiency and the speed. So I made this thing for myself, and the results were way better than we anticipated. Dad ended up flying it and falling in love with it and wanted one for himself. And so from there, it sort of branched into a, could we make something out of this for production? We ended up making some tweaks to make it something viable for more people than just myself. The original prototypes did have some very specific, I guess they are a bit quirks, a few quirks to suit my flying, but the production one has compatibility with all the modern parts. It's cut out of production carbon, which is higher quality than what we have, but still grade down from the Type R. The specialty of the THIC is essentially that the flight feel is incredibly close to the Type R. When I say close, within 4%. Efficiency-wise, you're probably talking within 2 or 3%, depending on the course. That being said, you only really notice that when you've got a lap timer on and you're actually measuring your battery voltage and running many, many laps over a day. On pure flight feel alone, it's unbelievably close, and that's sort of the beauty of this, where in the way I'm using it and the way some others are using it, you could have this as your training platform, which quite honestly could go toe-to-toe with 99% of frames out there. And if you wanted that extra few percent to be right there at the top, maybe for like a JDL qualifier where you're talking 90-second race distance, cutting everything to the absolute millimeters and brand new batteries, that's where the Type R comes in and gives you that extra little bit of edge. For 99% of people, I have a feeling the THIC is actually the better platform, in the sense that it's incredibly friendly to work with. You have the ability to run arm braces should you want them. With the THIC, you have the option of a 20mm low profile stack or 25mm sort of standard. With the JS-3 Type R, it only comes with 20mm to be basically on the limit. So the THIC is easier to build. You have a lot more protection, especially if you're running HD0 with that top plate. In general, it's just a sort of more polite, easier frame to work with, and the actual real-world performance difference isn't all that much off of the Type R, but at a substantially lower cost. So that's a quick introduction to the JS-3 Type R and JS-3 THIC. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and if you end up picking one up, definitely let us know what your experience is with it. With that, I hope you're well, happy flying, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!
Don't